A train glides into a subterranean station in Tokyo during peak rush hour. The platform is packed with hundreds of commuters waiting side by side. When the silver doors slide open, there is no pushing. There is no chaotic rush to grab seats. Passengers line up cleanly along marked floor guides. They allow everyone to exit completely before taking a single step forward. A commuter drops a small paper receipt onto the ground. Within 2 seconds, the person behind them picks it up and hands it back with a subtle gesture. No words are spoken. The train pulls away, and the crowd disperses, like water through a riverbed. To a visitor, this looks like incredible self-control, but what you are actually witnessing is an engineered social framework that has operated for centuries. Why does daily life in Japan move with such seamless order? For decades, outsiders have described Japanese etiquette as rigid ritual or superficial politeness. But what if that perspective is entirely wrong? What if these everyday habits are not restrictive rules at all, but sophisticated mental tools designed to lower friction and conserve cognitive energy and preserve harmony in dense human environments? Today, we will decode how ordinary Japanese routines were transformed into extraordinary systems of modern living. The invisible architecture of care. Step inside a quiet neighborhood tea shop on a rainy afternoon in Kyoto. Before you ask for anything, the host places a warm towel on your table along with a small cup of hot green tea. When your bill arrives at the end of the meal, the cashier accepts your payment with both hands and turns the change so the paper notes face toward you. This practice is rooted in the philosophy of Omotenashi. It is often translated simply as hospitality, yet its true cultural meaning is selfless attention without any desire for praise. In modern fast-paced cultures, we often perform kind acts, expecting immediate acknowledgement. Japanese tradition reverses this dynamic by embedding invisible care into standard routines. Psychological research shows that when environment design anticipates human needs before friction occurs, the nervous system experiences an immediate drop in stress. Think of how a host places footwear at a home entrance, facing toward the exit. You step directly into your shoes without turning around. You can bring this system into your own life by preparing small environment details for others in advance. Clear a work surface before a colleague arrives. Position tools so they are ready for the next person to use. True care is silent and effortless. Spatial geometry of respect. Observe two colleagues meeting at a pedestrian crossing in Tokyo. Before exchanging a single word, their physical bodies tilt forward in a measured arc. This movement is Ojigi, the Japanese bow. It is far more than a greeting. It is a physical system for setting interpersonal space. When two people bow, they tilt their upper bodies forward and lower their line of sight. This action creates a controlled physical distance between individuals. Why does this ancient gesture remain essential in a modern digital economy? The psychological mechanics are striking. Physical alignment regulates social safety in the human brain. By standardizing body angles, Japanese culture removes the social awkwardness of physical contact, like handshakes or hugs. A slight bow of 15 degrees acknowledges an acquaintance, while a deeper bow of 30 degrees conveys deep professional gratitude. You do not need to bow in every culture to benefit from this principle. You can use the underlying logic by regulating your physical presence during interactions. Pause before speaking to give your full visual focus to the person in front of you. When your physical stance signals calm presence, the conversation immediately settles into clarity. The psychological buffer of departure. Inside a busy corporate office in Tokyo, the clock approaches early evening. A team member finishes their daily tasks and prepares to head home. Before walking toward the elevator, they turn back toward the remaining workers and say, "Osaki ni shitsurei shimasu." The literal meaning translates to, "Pardon me for leaving before you." This simple phrase serves as a protective social cushion for team dynamics. It acknowledges that others are still working while removing the awkwardness of departing early. In many workplace cultures, leaving the office before your peers creates hidden guilt or social judgment. Japanese etiquette solves this problem by providing an approved verbal key that dissolves tension instantly. Behavioral science demonstrates that explicit social signals eliminate ambiguity and protect team cohesion. Consider how sudden departures without acknowledgement can cause mild social anxiety among remaining group members. To adopt this habit in your own life, establish clean verbal transitions when leaving shared environments. Briefly acknowledge the ongoing effort of the group before you step away. Transparent communication maintains mutual trust. The mindfulness of micropauses. Sit down at a traditional dining table in Japan and look closely at the table setting. Resting next to your bowl is a small ceramic object called a Hashyoki. Its sole purpose is to hold the clean tips of your chopsticks off the table surface. The utensils are always placed horizontally with the points directed to the left. This detail is not merely aesthetic. It is a physical system designed to interrupt mindless habits. In fast-paced modern environments, eating often becomes an automatic task, performed while watching screens or rushing through work. Japanese table design uses small physical rests to enforce intentional pauses throughout the meal. When you must deliberately return your utensils to a rest between bites, your mind naturally re-engages with the present moment. Psychological studies confirm that micropauses during daily tasks improve sensory focus and reduce mental fatigue. You can easily integrate this practice into your daily life. Place your fork or spoon down completely between every few bites. Allow the physical rest to create a mental reset. When you slow down small actions, you regain control over your attention. The protection of shared sanctuaries. Step onto a crowded commuter train, traveling through central Tokyo during peak hour. Dozens of people stand inches apart, yet the train carriage remains completely quiet. Passengers carry their backpacks on the front of their chest rather than on their back. Phone calls are strictly prohibited, and notifications are muted. This collective behavior is guided by the principle of Minuaku, which translates to avoiding disturbance to others. Why is this rule held so sacred in everyday society? In densely populated environments, individual comfort depends on collective awareness. Psychologically, when individuals consciously reduce their physical and auditory footprint in public spaces, they lower environmental stress for everyone around them. Wearing a backpack on your front prevents accidental bumps in tight spaces and creates usable room for fellow passengers. You can apply this mindset by treating every shared space as a calm sanctuary. Keep audio private in public areas. Move through shared environments with intentional spatial awareness. Protecting public harmony ultimately safeguards your own peace of mind. The intentionality of delivery. Watch a store clerk return a credit card or receipt to a customer in Kyoto. The clerk uses both hands, holding the paper card lightly by the top corners while offering a slight nod. This practice is known as the two-hand gesture. Why expend extra physical effort for a temporary piece of paper? In human psychology, the way an object is delivered conveys the value assigned to the recipient. Handling an item with one hand feels transactional and detached. Delivering an item with two hands transforms a routine exchange into a moment of genuine focus. Consider how receiving an item with both hands forces your body to slow down and acknowledge the interaction. You can bring this habit into your personal and professional relationships. When passing an object to a colleague or family member, use both hands and maintain brief eye contact. It elevates ordinary exchanges into points of real human connection. When we examine these daily practices as a complete system, a deeper reality emerges. Japanese etiquette is not a collection of restrictive social rules designed to enforce compliance. It is an extraordinary system of social design in a world that often prioritizes individual convenience at the expense of community harmony. These subtle habits demonstrate a different path. By transforming mundane routines into deliberate systems of respect, society reduces friction and conserves mental energy and cultivates widespread trust. returning to Principle 1. As we reflect on these systems, we return to the quiet lesson of Principle 1 and the invisible architecture of care. The simple act of turning slippers toward the door or handing a receipt with 2 hands is not about following tradition for its own sake. It is about recognizing that every small choice we make ripples into the experience of those around us. When we design our daily habits around mutual consideration, we stop reacting to our environment and start shaping it with intention. How much smoother could our lives become if we treated our ordinary routines not as chores to finish, but as systems of care? The choice to bring calm into a noisy world begins with the smallest gesture.